Hello everybody, Coach Ernie here. Let's talk about hitting. Hitting is one of the most important things about this game. And it's probably one of the hardest things to do, is you have to continually work on your skills daily just to get better at it. This video is gonna cover some of the stuff that in my philosophy in hitting is, okay? Real simple, we'll get to it. Hitting is placing your bat at the right location so you can drive the ball to the outfield, to the infield, grounders, hard grounders, wherever it takes at any given pitch. Okay, so it's important that we are balanced, have our hands soft, and we rotate our hips through the ball. So let's cover some of that stuff. First, talk about the grip. Grip is important. We don't want to choke the bat. We want to be able to hold our bat real nice and easy. I always say, fingers around the end. I hold the bat. I happen to split my hands. It's only my preference, but I hold the bat very loose. You can tell right here, it's very loose. And the thought on that is that I hold it loose, so once I make my rotation, I actually squeeze the bat. It's just a habit it creates. So you don't have to worry about the bat flying out of your hands. Although there are times that the bat flew out of my hands, but that's okay. It's part of this working on the swing. Okay, next thing we want to cover is our feet, obviously. We want to be able to be, your inside of your foot needs to be outside of your hips, okay? So I'm right here, easy way to do it is put the bat down inside of your foot, sits right next to my hips on both feet, right? That's where my feet need to be at, okay? Next is you want to be able to push your toes in and push your knees in. That's important, so it keeps you balanced, keeps you loose. You get that little wiggle here so you're nice and loose on your hips, right? Okay, next we're gonna cover placing our hands, shoulders, and head. It's important that we understand that our shoulders need to be squared, okay? Not this way or way back here. They need to be squared right around this level so you can have both eyes looking at the pitcher. You want your chin right into your shoulder, okay? You want to keep this elbow down into your chest, right? And then your hands up by your ear. So my ear's here, I want to be able to feel my thumb right there, and that's where I'm going to place the ball, or the bat, okay? Next is how we're going to load. Everybody should be loading when you're swinging, okay? And the load is that you're going to shift your weight to the back, soft step, turn, hit the ball in a rotation. My philosophy is rotational, a lot of rotational on your hips, using the strongest part of your body, which is your legs, making contact in the middle. Okay, that's where all your power is situated at. Okay, so that's important. So the load and then our drive through the ball is important. So as I'm loading, one thing before I get to this hands, you gotta remember, this elbow's down, this elbow on a rotation will need to get into your ribs. Put your hands in a proper space so your hand is up this way, okay, facing the sky, right? And then when you're swinging, the other hand, your bottom hand, will be facing the ground. So you're gonna be like this, okay? Linear, your bat is linear, okay? That's what you wanna do, okay? A lot of hitting instructors tell you they want you to hit the ball up here at its highest point. There's no power. The bat has power, but your body doesn't have power, and you're hoping that the ball's right there every time. It doesn't happen, okay? Okay, so going back to what we were talking about, so we're gonna tuck our elbow in, right? Back elbow up, nice and soft hands, right? Thumb in our ear, eyes looking at the pitcher, shoulders are squared, right? A little bend in the knees. So I'm leaning a little bit towards my back hip. I'm gonna load by stepping softly, right? Landing on the inside of my foot, right here, if you can see it. Landing softly, I'm gonna push my bottom hand towards the catchers, right here, right? And then I will start my rotation once I see the ball. And once I start my rotation, I'm going to rotate my back knee and my foot together. And on my step, I'm gonna push this hip back. So it helps me rotate. I'm gonna bring my back elbow into my ribs, just like this. I'm pushing back, so my hips are turned, right? Fully turned. Now my back's in a proper space at this 45-degree angle, right here, right? My hands to the ball, or the knob to the ball, in the hitting zone. We call this the hitting zone. From here to here is the hitting zone. So I'm from here, here, I'm in the hitting zone now. I stay in the hitting zone, and I extend. Right at the pitcher. We drive at the pitcher, we finish, right? Hip rotation, everything's balanced. Now we're driving, our goal is to hit it right at the pitcher. The goal is, you don't want to place it, oh, if it's outside, oh, I'm gonna hit it outside, or it's inside, I'm gonna try. No, basic swing. Rotate, hit the ball where it's pitched, okay? No thinking. That's the last thing you wanna do when you're in batting is think. You just wanna be able to react, okay? Put your hips to the ball, rotate. So it's important to understand that the goal is to get from here to here as quick as we can, and then stay in our hitting zone as long as we can, right? That way we can ensure that we stay in there, hit the ball at the proper spot. Even on a changeup, you turn that way, you're still gonna hit the ball in the proper spot, okay? So again, let's cover, feet get set, right? Outside our hips, right? Okay, soft hands, nice and loose, hips are nice and loose, right? I'm gonna stand tall with my shoulders squared, front elbow down, back, top hand, thumb in my ear, right? So I'm going to load, step, extend, okay? Do we get that? Do it again. We want to be loose. We don't want to kill the ball. We just want to hit it. I want to use my body, my legs, to create the energy to hit the ball, right? Not just the bat, the energy. Bat will do its job. We just need to put it in the right spot. So, again, knees are set, my hips are loose, front elbow down, both eyes at the pitcher. My chin is in my shoulders. I'm going to load, step, and drive through the ball. Okay? Hope this helps. Any questions, let me know. Come by and see me. Thank you.